morning, my dudes. I'm at a 7-Eleven right now getting breakfast. I'm in the middle of nowhere in Nagoya. Well, not middle of nowhere, kind of like South Nagoya. Very out of the way because I couldn't find a hotel kind of close to the venue where Wekfest is happening. I wasn't able to snag VIP tickets. VIP tickets sold out pretty quickly, and you get in maybe like an hour early before everybody. So it would have been the perfect time to go in, get early, get a couple shots and clips of all the cars that are there without all the foot traffic, but oh well. So I ended up ordering a taxi. It's like 4,200 yen. It's kind of a lot for a 16-minute drive. All right, my dudes, we're here. It ended up being around like 4,800. It's kind of expensive, but I didn't want to lose out on any more time, but here we are. This is the back area where cars get unloaded and picked up. And this is the entrance to the venue. We got the station over here, and then you kind of just like walk across over there. Over there, there's like a spectator parking lot. But also I gotta find a locker so I can put away my luggage. Hell yeah, I got the last one. God damn. Even though I'm here like an hour after opening, there's still a big ass line. Ah man, well hey, there's lockers in here if you guys end up coming to this event and you can't find one outside. There's plenty of them here. And we're in. We're kind of like in the middle of the hall, and we're gonna work our way up and down each aisle. And I'm gonna go over the cars that I personally find interesting. And starting off with what we have lined up at the entrance, we have a couple of Hondas lined up straight. I wonder why they're lined up straight versus everyone else who's lined up diagonally. But we have a Civic over here, an Integra, and yes, it's a Type R. Ooh, an NSX. Ooh, another NSX. This purple is like the perfect shade of purple. I wish I knew what it was. I would love to have this color for one of the cars, but it kind of reminds me of the Honda Fit purple. I'm not a big Honda guy anymore, but I still do love and appreciate the work that these guys always do to make their engine bays shaved, tucked, and just show ready. This CRX has ITBs on its D series. There's a wide variety of different cars that are here, and if I don't know about one of them, I apologize. I don't know a lot of European cars. I don't know about a lot of Mercedes, a lot of Volkswagens, but bear with me. But check this one out. First off, the gray itself is a really nice gray. This is kind of like a gray that I was looking for when I was painting my S13 before I went black. But the coolest thing about this thing, look, there's no B-pillar. That is so wacky. It looks so open. This Fair Lady is beautiful. At first I thought it was candy paint, but then I took a closer look and it's actually flake. And crazy enough, it still has the L series engine and it has ITBs. My favorite part about it is the Coca-Cola valve cover. It's a shame that the newsies cost so much because no one wants to buy them. No one wants to pay the high price for one when you can like get a Supra, or which the new car that everybody's getting, the F80. But I still appreciate Nissan for trying to stick with the heritage, the looks of the old Fair Lady Z. Finally, something we're a little bit more familiar with, an S15 with big meaty tires. My goodness, this thing could use a little bit more low. I gotta admit, I wasn't thinking much of this car because of how it looked like in the rear. But once you come to the front, it's got a very nice put together SR20. Nothing fancy besides like the tubs, the Koyo Rad, a lot of just off-the-shelf parts, nothing too custom, but it's just really well executed. And the biggest flex of this car, look, it's still got AC. Those are the lines, and it's got its condenser back there, receiver dryer. This right here is more of my style. Before I got my R32, I wanted a 4-door R34 because I really like how the rears are super boxy. Like, I just like boxy cars in general, but the 34 was the car that I originally wanted because the front as well is also boxy. But I am kind of glad that the 32 fell into my hands because after driving it for a while, after driving it for a couple months, I think the 32 was made for me. But still, I love seeing 34 sedans styled like this. Also, the price that people are selling like stock 4-door R34 is just nuts. Like, it's not worth it. Like, they want JZX like 100 money for stock ones, and yeah, no, I'm not willing to pay that much for it. I don't know what it's been lately, but I have a bigger appreciation for colored cars more than I do like black and white cars. I know I have two. I have a black and a white car, but I don't know, seeing green, seeing red, blue, all these colors, it makes me kind of want to maybe try one of those out for one of the cars. NRG has infiltrated Wekfest here in Japan, and they got hella people lining up. A very time attack style R33. I don't know if it's just styled or if it actually gets used, because look, it's all gutted inside. Lots of Porsches at this event. I couldn't tell you the differences because I don't know the models, I don't know the trims, all of that. A very meaty, aggressive R32. Oh, and it is a GTR. Yeah, it's got the plump rear quarters, so actual GTR. It's all gutted inside. I don't know if an actual GTR owner would gut their car inside unless it was actually used. Or who knows, maybe it's all for show. This aisle brings me back to SoCal because everybody and their moms is buying a BMW. That's the official Wekfest merch line. It's going, it's pretty long. Yo, I don't know what Mercedes this is, but look, it's got a 2J in it. Okay, so I can't read the markings. It's kind of hard to make on video. I know it's a TD06, but luckily the spec sheet over here says that it is a TD06 20G. I think it's the 16 centimeter exhaust housing one, the one with the T3 flange. The one that I have this same turbo. It was gonna go on the Mark II, but now it's kind of just sitting on the shelf. A lot of very colorful, nice colored RX-7s. And a green FD over there. And then we have this very crazy Liberty Walk FD that is on the ground. More FD madness. What the hell are you supposed to tow with this? Like I mentioned before, I don't know my Mercedes, but you guys tell me if you guys know. This looks factory, right? It has to be. BBSs and European cars go together like butter and jam. A lot of them have that combo. Would you look at that? This Liberty Walk FD is also running a TD06. RX-8s are hella slept on. They could be made to look super cool. Look what they've done to this FD. This is like a car that you draw when you're like 6 years old. What the hell is this? We have another clean NSX over here. And a Lotus. Haven't seen one of these in a while. These things were the hot new thing a couple years ago. It's not weird to me seeing American cars over here anymore, because I know the Japanese get a hold of these things, they're gonna do some wacky stuff to it, and they have. Look at this, a lifted trunk, lowrider style roof, and a decently pimped out interior. Never did I think I'd see a Honda Insight at a car show. And well, I can see why. I mean, yeah, it's gutted and it's got its battery stuff showing, all fancy like. I've seen this car here before at this event, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and I always loved seeing its valve cover. And we got a couple of bitchin' looking Honda Odysseys, and I think these might have been imported because both of them are left-hand drive. This Supra here also goes to the church of TD06 because it's got a 25G on it. A very simple but well done Aristo on Ozy Faturas. This S14 is bonkers. It's been here before at previous Wekfest. I've seen it maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's such a showstopper. And the rear is just as crazy as the front. This Integra has a really nice red. I can imagine the R32 back at home being this red. This R32 has an interesting color also. It's not really red, it's not purple. It's kind of like in a mix of a red, purple, maybe with a hint of brown. I don't know, I really like it. I don't want to say it's plum. It's more on the red side, but damn, that's a beautiful color. Honda gang. We got a handful of R chassis here, one from each generation, minus the R31, the 30, and the 35. Speaking of which, I haven't seen a R35 yet. We've got a couple of Aston Martins with interesting wheel choice. I don't know the science behind this, but this is very interesting. See what I mean by colored cars just look a lot better than your average black and white. This is Takumi's S15. I'll put his Instagram right here, but he's got the full Color Modified Wonder glare kit, and he's even got the hood. This is a Toyota Corsa, and not only is it like really clean for it looking factory, I want to show you guys something interesting. Look at this baby turbo. Does it remind you of anything? This here is a Honda Beat. I am dumbfounded of how small these things are every time I see one in person. Speaking of small car, look at this cappuccino. It's only got a wrap on one side. I wonder if he maybe didn't have time to do the other side. This S2K looks menacing. A whole row of K cars. We got one cappuccino and 3 Beats. The Beat Boys. Each one of these are very interesting, and seeing this hoop right here, I don't know. I mean, I understand why you would want it for safety reasons, but like, it's pretty close to your head. Well, it's not that close, but it's within hitting distance if you were to get smacked on the side. This one has it too. This one's a little bit more gutted than the other ones. And this one here has Cars and Coffee written all over it. I feel like this is a car that you have when you live by the beach. I kid you not, this whole row is all FDs. All the way down to that pink one over there. And this is the front of the cars. Bro, there's hella FDs. There's more on this side. R33, an FD, Supra, FD, and another FD, that red one. A very practical looking Sunny with an SR20 in it. It looks compact, but looks like it fits right in there. Back when I was in high school, like early 2010s, believe it or not, NSXs were around 25,000 to 30,000, and I told myself, you know what, if I save up maybe like 2 or 3 years worth of money, not go out, I probably could have had an NSX by then, but I bought an S13 instead. Oh well, it's what could have been. Finally, some more S chassis. Let's look at its SR. And it's got a bottom Allen 6-boost manifold with the Mamba turbo. I really like seeing cars with liveries. Doesn't matter how big or small, just adding a little bit of that razzle dazzle sets it apart from another, like let's say S15 that's all white. Like you can tell like this livery, this car belongs to this owner, versus like if it was just plain white, or if you get a color that's kind of unique. Like no other car here I think has this color, and especially it being on an S chassis, no other S chassis has this color. Well, here at this event at least. And again, adding a little bit of livery, roll call, makes a world of a difference. Another fun fact, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but back when I sold my Prelude, maybe like 15, 16 years ago, I was stuck between getting an S13 and an S2000, because back then I was still really into Hondas, and I ended up getting a S13. I wonder what life could have been if I got an S2000. Probably would have sucked more, because I think S chassis are way cooler. nar, there's an open space right here. I think someone didn't make it. But that's alright, because now we get a better look at probably my favorite S14 here. Mainly because of the livery. It's got a Angel Beats livery. Not something that I see a lot, having two different characters on one side. On the other side, Yuri, and then this one's Kanade. We got Vin over here. Alright, and we're back. I ended up talking to Vin for like an hour and a half, and the time is now like 2:30, so it's getting closer to closing time, so let's continue on checking out the cars. How do you drive this thing around? How do you put it on a trailer? My goodness. This thing's so damn wide. This is a series that doesn't get a lot of attention, and it was the hot new thing back when it came out. Cabaneri of an Iron Fortress. People called it an Attack on Titan ripoff, and I can see why, but if you guys haven't seen it, if you guys like zombie animes, Cabaneri of an Iron Fortress, that's a good one to watch. More NSXs. And EP3s. The Forgotten Hondas. These things weren't that popular when they came out, and the only problem that I think I also have with this car is the shifter location. It's such a weird placement. But they do have K-Series, so that's a good thing about them. I used to have an EG back in like 2010, and it had an H22, but that thing got stolen and stripped of everything. And that was my first car, so it sucked. Here are those same EP3s. Usually bash bars are made to be kind of hidden, like this piece right here is meant to go in here and help support the bumper, but it looks like they purposely made it to where everything shows in the opening of the bumper. The color on this is very interesting. It's actually a wrap, but it's very pink in person, and in some sections it's pink, and then on some angles it's just straight up gray, but then when the light hits it, it turns to pink. Another car that's more of my style, an S13 with, these are Gulf stitches. These are the original SSR Agostruces. SSR bought them out and they made the Struce, and they added their own touches, like making the spokes a little bit more curved. Like these are more square. I actually have a set of Gulf stitches. On the S14 I have a pair of them, and the rear ones I think are like rear spares for my S13. I wonder if he's gonna drive Dori Dori tomorrow, because look, he has some spares in the rear with brand new tires, and its SR is just as impressive. This is actually the first R35 that I've seen here at this show, and it's got a bitchin' ass purple. Very clean Soarer. And this is another very unknown car. This is a Nissan Leopard. The coolest part about it is probably its badge emblem. It's a straight up leopard. An Altezza that's on Blitz 03s. And the first MR2 that I've seen here today. A random Mustang. I feel like they put all the sedans back here, because look, you got a very nice baby blue, or almost like gray blue, silver blue Nissan Sima, and then two Toyota Crowns. And then a very bright ass orange Celsior. Its interior is just as orange as the outside. I think they're doing awards right now because they made an announcement over the speakers, and then everybody started walking over to the end of the hall. Okay, I'm by the trust booth right now. I'm not gonna buy anything. I told myself that I wasn't gonna buy anything, but they just finished up the awards. It felt like it went on for an hour. They deadass had like a category for everything. Best Porsche, best green car, best hatchback, best coupe, best Honda. The list goes on. If you can think of like any subcategory, they had it. Right now it's about closing time. Everybody's starting to head out. I didn't get coverage of the whole place because I was talking to Vin for a while, and it's not his fault. We were chatting. It's been a while since we've seen each other, but this place is really big. It's a lot bigger than it looks, and there's a lot of cars packed in here, and there's so many unique individual cars that you kind of get stuck on one car for a little bit and you don't have time to check out all the rest. I want to say that back corner over there is probably the coolest like section of cars, because that's where all the Nissans and Toyotas, like all the low kind of stand styled drift cars are. Cars are starting to roll out, and some cars were being like loud when they were maneuvering inside the spaces, and then everybody started running. You know, like when you go to a meet and there's a car that starts like two-stepping, spitting flames, and all the little kids start running to it. That's exactly what happened just now. Everybody's starting to put their hoods back on. People who took them off to display their engine bays, and it's already starting to smell like exhaust fumes. I'm gonna head out to the front. That way I can catch the rollout. Dude, S chassis are the best. They're the coolest cars here. Like every single one of them. Well, the ones that aren't like OEM plus, they're all like unique. They all have their own personal taste that none of these other cars have. Like, what other car do you know that runs double wings? Technically 3, since it's got a roof wing. And I wonder what this is for. Probably for bags, I think, but I don't know, because from what I have heard, I think bags are not legal in Japan. I don't think they pass Shokin, so I don't know what this would be for. I lied. I'm gonna go check out some cars over here in this corner. I walked by real quick, but I didn't get a chance to really go through them. This is Tomonori. He drives this blue JZX 100 Mark II, and I'm not surprised that it's here because this thing is always in perfect condition, and he does drift. And this is Yuya. He also drifts, and I'm not surprised that it's here also because this thing's always clean. It's really starting to smell like fumes over here, so I'm gonna head out. Also because everyone's revving for no damn reason. I get it, yeah, sometimes you gotta nudge the car a little bit to make the turns on these old cars, but nah, they're doing it excessively, and this shit's ear-piercingly loud, so I'm out of here. It's actually starting to rain. Well, it's been raining right now, so I'm not gonna go down there. I'm gonna stay up here. Hopefully I can catch some cars leaving, but actually, you know what, this view kind of sucks. Let me go down there. Oh shit, it's windy. It's windy, it's raining. This doofus in the middle of the street. Bro, we're not in States. It's getting wet and wild over here, but I'm getting soaked for you guys, so leave a like, please. Even in Japan, they do that stupid burble tune shit. One of the Leon Sense cars. More of them. Z32 at this event. Ooh, I think someone's getting a parking ticket or a ticket of some sort. Alright, no more cars are rolling out, so that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys like me covering events but without me saying anything, me not commentating, you guys let me know. I kind of just like to throw in my 2 cents, and there's a couple of cars that I know nothing about, which is why I kind of didn't cover it. Like all the European cars, I'm not, you know, informed on them, so that's why I didn't really cover them much. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I gotta go because right now I'm in Nagoya. It's 5 p.m. I gotta go to Kyoto tomorrow because I gotta go to Kyoto to actually no tonight. I gotta be there tonight. That way I can meet up with one of my buddies, Goggin. He's going to be taking me to Doridores. I want to be there early in the morning, so that way I don't have to travel far to get to him, and we can get good parking and make it on time for Doridores. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you. Yeah, it's fucking windy. And it's raining. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.